Hey there, friends. It is Brad from the Digital Plan and doing the weekly digital training update. We've got some great trainings and a new one for the community scheduled this week, and some great resources that we put up last week. So what we got going on here this week, we have audience archetypes that's coming up tomorrow, 2 Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Audience archetypes is about digging in and creating foundational archetypes for your audience and different audiences. I think if you're running a political campaign and you are thinking about your final digital advertising spend, joining something is going to be incredibly helpful because you're going to want to think about the different audiences, what their likes, their interests are, and how you're going to target your creative and ads to them, and how you're going to put all of that together and make sure that all runs really well. But if you're doing any online engagement, especially if you're doing digital advertisement, you're creating videos, audience archetypes are essential to that. So this is one of our membership trainings. You can come in, you can take it. We have resources to help you build this out as an exercise for you to do by yourself or with your entire team. Then what we have up next is cohort tracking. So this is a new one we put together. This is pretty foundational if you're doing any sort of digital advertising or long-term engagement. If you're thinking about a matrix of engagement, if you've read that in the book or you've read the long article I put together about evolving from either a click funnel or a ladder of engagement to actually think about a holistic matrix of engagement, cohort tracking is essential to that. And if you're doing any digital advertising for your organization over the long run, you should really be thinking about cohort tracking. We did a similar version of this with the Care2 community recently. They really love that. Some folks found some real value, and I feel pretty confident that if you join this one, if you're running any sort of email campaign, especially if you're running an acquisition campaign, cohort tracking is about thinking about the individual cohorts of folks that you have on your list, actually kind of changing how we think about our email list from an individual list to cohorts, to think about the cohorts that are on our list. And so then we've also got some great resources. Last week we did storyboarding templates. So if you're putting together any sort of video, even something quick and dirty, storyboarding templates are really going to help you sketch that out a whole lot better. It goes hand in hand with creating great scripts. And then another great resource that we kicked off last week are campaign tips. So if you've been watching and following along on Facebook Live, you'll see that we're doing a couple of those a week. We're going to try to do a couple a week throughout the week of campaign tips, just quick and dirty tips, a quick 1 to maybe even 5-minute video of something you can watch and execute right now. So these will be tips, and I'll be delivering some, and then a lot of friends from the Digital Plan community, folks who were contributors to the book, and other folks who are helping us with training and different stuff. We have some great ones last week with Celine Zyment, who's working over at CrowdPack, and Emma from Hustle, who is the training voice there. And on top of that, we've got some great new trainings coming up. We've got another new training coming up from Hustle that should be live later this week. And we're rolling out 2 self-paced courses. And keep your eyes open. We'll be announcing our end-of-year fundraising course. This will be really helpful to help you put together your own strategic plan for end-of-year fundraising and execute it. This is a little different than some of the other trainings we've done, where you'll get some live feedback on your plan. So we're going to have you work through a plan and give you some feedback from experts on that. So here's what we got coming up this week. As always, if you're looking for other trainings, always email support at. We'd love to hear what you're looking for and really build what the community needs. And look forward to catching you on the internet.